I'll call the meeting to order. Will everybody please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please take the roll.
Mayor Drapieski.
Here.
Councilman Beller.
Here.
Councilman Bergeron.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Here.
Councilman Tefend. Councilwoman Thomas.
Here.
And Councilman Roble.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Wonderful. First item is approval of the minutes. So April 6th. Is there support?
Support.
Any discussion of that motion? If not, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion carried. Citizens to be heard. Anybody wish to be heard this evening?
Just would like to remind everyone, the citywide garage sales are in 3.5 weeks, so you need to come in and get your permit for $5 from the clerk's office if you're having a sale. It is a rain or shine event. Once again, St. Vincent de Paul will partner with us and have some pod units or trucks here in the parking lot. The trucks will only be open from 8 until 6 or until full. They don't take mattresses, springs, entertainment centers, and we don't take anything with propane or gasoline in it. And maps and a list of the addresses are free. You need to come up to City Hall and you can pick up a list to know where all the sales are. Thanks.
Anybody else? If not, we'll move on to reports from department heads. It's clear. Brian? Anything?
Good evening, Council and Mayor. Just wanted again to remind the citizens, on Saturday, April 25th, from noon to 9, we will be holding the annual vaccination clinic for cats and dogs. It'll be out behind the fire station. And also at that time, you can purchase the licenses for your pets, $7. Reminder, after April 30th, the price will double to $14, and you'll need to bring in a valid rabies certificate. And also the costs for the shots will be rabies are $15, and they do a shot combo package for $35. And also just wanted to keep you updated on the bond sales. Both bonds, for the Tifa bonds and the capital improvement bonds, road bonds, will both be sold in May. So everything's progressing along, and they're going out to the bid process and all that. But we've taken care of all of the stuff with the municipal bankers, and now we're just on to waiting to get the money and have everything taken care of. Thanks.
Liz, anything? Bernie? Matt?
Just a quick reminder, Saturday, May 2nd, we have the household hazardous waste drop-off. It's actually, we're using both the ball field and the high school parking lots. I got permission from the schools to do that, so they're hoping to get people through quicker. Anticipating a really good turnout because we haven't had one in this area in a while, and obviously the city hasn't sponsored one, so hopefully that's a real success.
And that's just, so everyone watching at home, that's paints, electronics, anything that you can't really throw in your normal trash.
Yeah, basically what can't go in the normal trash.
So wonderful time for, as you're cleaning out your garage for your garage sale, stuff that's not gonna sell in the garage sale and you can't donate to St. Vincent de Paul or any of the other organizations, this is a good place to bring it. I know, I've old cans of gas that are no longer good, they will take, and
Good one is remnants of pesticides. You
Yep.
know, people tend to leave that little
Yeah.
part of a bottle. Get rid of it. It's a good place to get rid of it. It'll be handled properly and there's no cost.
yeah.
The other thing I've got a little further down on our agenda is a traffic order for Division Street closing. Actually, it was scheduled to start today, but not everything's in order yet. Next Monday, anticipating closing Division Street from Cook Street to Wesley for the time being, to start a sanitary sewer project, which will include storm sewer, street sidewalk. It's basically gonna be, everything in the right of way is gonna be new from almost Wesley to Gibraltar Road on Division. Anticipated work is gonna be a couple of weeks in the stretch between Cook and Wesley, and hoping that school gets out by the time he gets around the corner. Then they're gonna close the whole road down as soon as school is closed, so. Looking forward to that.
We're doing our best with timing.
Right.
If there is a preference, we'd rather slightly disrupt the end of the school year when everybody is already into their routine. And the whole goal of this is to be done with these major road projects by the time school starts again.
right.
Because we don't want to disrupt the beginning of school,
And
which
the
is a nightmare
contractor-
enough already.
Contractor does actually have some flexibility with his schedule, so if he gets too far here, rather than disrupt the school, he can move to another job and then come back once school's out, so he's done a lot of planning to coordinate that. And then a week from tomorrow, we're gonna have a pre-construction meeting for Aspen Boulevard and High School Boulevard construction, so hopefully next meeting have some good news on that. Solid time frames. That's gonna be another coordination with the schools, trying to figure things out. So, that's all I have.
And we'll make sure that the residents of Wood Creek Park are informed as well, because it will affect access and exit from their subdivision. Obviously, a little, as they say with roads, a little bit of patience now will pay off, hopefully with much nicer roads in the future. And again, I got asked this week, it's regardless of all, these projects are happening completely separate and regardless of what happens with the statewide vote coming up the first week in May. These are funded completely separately, so we're not counting on the state giving us anything to do these projects. Bill, anything? Megan, anything?
Yes, I would just like to remind the residents of the upcoming May election, as you just mentioned, May 5th. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. And absentee voter ballots are still available. You can contact the clerk's office. And also, the clerk's office will be open Saturday, May 2nd, from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. This is for election purposes only, so if you'd like to come in, receive an absentee voter ballot, you can vote it in the office, or you can take it home with you. Just keep in mind that that is the last day that you can leave the clerk's office with an absentee voter ballot. So we will, again, be open from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Saturday, May 2nd. And that is all I have for tonight.
And it will also be our first election with the new precinct location.
Yes, thank you. We switched precinct locations 1 and 4. They were located at the old high school to the First United Methodist Church on Evergreen. So all the voters in those precincts should have received a new voter registration card. If you're unsure of the location, feel free to give my office a call and we can give you a little bit more detail.
And then the only ones are changing are for folks that used to vote at the old high school on Division Street. So everybody else stays the same. All right, now we'll get into some good stuff. Rodney, why don't you go? You want to go first?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Tonight, we have, I'll call them special guests, but they're really not guests. We have our Flat Rock High School girls varsity basketball team here to be recognized. They actually won the regional championship, and that is a history-making event to win. That's our first regional basketball championship. They had a great season. They are actually Huron League champions this year, district champions, as well as the regional championship. Our boys, they actually were the district champions, but we've done that one before. But since the regional championship is our first, we'd like to recognize them tonight. So, Mr. Mayor, if you want to come and help. I also want to add that when these girls started basketball, it was the first year we started our league. They were all first graders, 6 years old in our rec league at the community center. So to see them now as juniors and seniors, it's an honor to have them here. So, Coach and the girls, if you'll come when we call your name to come get your certificate. Camille Hammett. Jennifer Hammer.
Why don't you stay down here, and then we'll get a group photo at the end.
Hannah Meyer. Holly Rhodes. Paige Villamere. Morgan Villamere. Cassidy Wilson. Also part of the team but could not make it here tonight, Paige Nemeth, Crystal Diaz. There were 3 girls that had soccer games tonight that did not get canceled. Marina Stefke, Mariah Wade, Alexis Hires, and is Coach Aaron here? And Coach Aaron's not here. But the assistant coach, Coach Brian Crick. Thank you. Thank you. And last but not least, head coach, Coach Mark Villamere. Thank you.
Being broadcast all over Flat Rock this evening.
Absolutely, go ahead. You want to
Okay,
make a
yeah.
comment?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just like to say one quick thing. He made a really good point, Mr. Wade. He and I have been in partnerships with the rec program, and I just want to say you made a wise decision putting him in charge of the whole deal. We've been together now 11 years, and our success at the varsity level obviously does not happen without getting these young ladies to start at a very young age and build that foundation. And I'm looking forward to, he knows it too, we've got a wonderful crop of kids coming up, 4th, 5th, 6th graders. Hopefully go a little beyond what we want, of course, get in the quarters. So you've made a wise decision selecting that individual to run your program. So.
All right. Now, the chief of police would come on down. We have something special as well. It's always a wonderful thing when we're able to present some of our officers with actual life-saving awards that are very, very well earned, as you'll hear in a moment.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Council. I have a tough act to follow with that wonderful recognition that we gave our Lady Rams. So congratulations again, girls. It takes a team to accomplish what you accomplished, and you played like a team all year long. So well done. Congratulations. In the spirit of teamwork, I think you've all gotten my dashboards in the past, and usually in my chief's message, almost every time in my chief's message, I'll mention something to the department, to the men and women of the department, and thank them for coming to work every day and giving their best to our community. And they do, and I truly believe that everyone that comes to work every day, they do give their best to our community. And I also ask them to take care of each other. So I'm very happy to recognize the officers that I'm going to recognize tonight with life-saving awards. But I'd also like to recognize one of the training officers of one of those officers who is also here this evening just in support. That would be Officer Vamos. And as much as he's here to, I'm sure, to be supportive of the group as a whole, I don't think I don't want to speak for him, but I'm probably right when I'm making a guess that when you train somebody and you're training good men and good women, and Officer Bouchard is going to be recognized as one of those good men that's going to be recognized tonight. He worked under Officer Vamos, so I'm guessing there's a little bit of that brotherly, big brother aspect here too. He's just as proud as I am to give these awards tonight. So without further ado, we're going to start with Officer Lowry. So Elijah, if you could come down here, please. What I'd like to do is to basically read to council and to people that are watching at home what this award is for. On March 12th, 2015, at approximately 5:47 p.m., Officer Lowry responded to an address on Hudson Lane referencing a dwelling fire. Upon arrival, Officer Lowry observed the dwelling to be engulfed in smoke. Officer Lowry opened the door and called for anyone inside to answer. He heard no reply, but did hear coughing coming from inside. Without concern for his personal safety, he entered the residence and located a female resident in a bathroom, slouched down with her hands over her face. Officer Lowry calmly and reassuringly guided the woman from the smoke-filled home, keeping her low as much out of harm's way as possible. There is no doubt Officer Lowry's actions on this day saved a woman's life. Officer Lowry's quick, selfless, and heroic actions represent the very best of the law enforcement profession and are a testament to his training and dedication to the Flat Rock Police Department and community. I'm very proud to give Officer Lowry this life-saving award. As I'm sure you heard in the summary, one of the conditions of the life-saving award is the actions of the officers involved have to have had a direct impact on the saving of a person's life, and I don't think there's any argument here that Officer Lowry's actions did just that. And as a side note, Officer Lowry was also recognized in March as our Officer of the Month for his actions with regard to this incident. So. Okay, and for our next life-saving award, I would ask that Sergeant Gamino, Officer Bouchard, and Officer Page come down. Officer Page, with regard to this incident, Officer Page was acting in a field training officer capacity, and Officer Bouchard was working with him as a trainee with regard to this incident. So this is just a week later. So we go from March 12th. We're going to fast forward to March 19th. This incident occurred with the three officers you see in front of me here. And on March 19th of 2015, Officers Page and Bouchard were dispatched to an injury accident on Telegraph Road at Will Carlton. Upon arrival, they observed an occupied vehicle that had rolled over and was on fire. Officer Page attempted to remove the driver, while Officer Bouchard used his fire extinguisher to quench the flames. The driver's legs were pinned under the dashboard from the impact of the crash. Both officers began working on freeing the driver's legs. The flames started back up as Sergeant Gamino arrived. Sergeant Gamino kept the fire suppressed as best he could, while Page and Bouchard continued working on freeing the driver from the vehicle. Eventually, the officers were able to free the driver from the badly damaged vehicle and carry him to safety. Officers Page, Bouchard, and Sergeant Gamino's quick, selfless, and heroic actions represent the very best of the law enforcement profession and are a testament to their training and dedication to the Flat Rock Police Department and community. Again, there's no question that their actions directly had an impact on the saving of this man's life. I'm very, very proud and honored to award all three of these officers with the life-saving award. The other thing I was handing them out, they get ribbons with these as well. With our awards, there's a series of ribbons that go along with the awards that we hand out. And as more awards are awarded at the end of the year, when we do hopefully do an awards recognition ceremony for the officers, you'll see lots more of these awards handed out for various things accomplished from the great work that the men and women of the police department are doing over the course of the year. So congratulations, guys. Thanks.
Good work, guys. You know, in this age where you see an awful lot of negativity towards our law enforcement officers on television, I think it's equally, if not more important, to recognize that, you know, these men and women of our department really truly do put their lives on the line every day to help keep us safe in our community. So it's the least we can do to recognize them in this kind of situation. Well, thank you, Chief. Bill, do you have anything? I already calling you? Oh, you're good? All right. Dave, you didn't have anything? No. All right. Move on to reports from council members. Steve, anything?
Yeah. Rodney, you forgot one thing about your run fit you had Saturday with all the kids down at Ford Field in Dearborn with the Flat Rock Rec Center.
Oh, the mini marsh.
The mini Martian thing.
Marathon.
The marathon. Yeah, I went to that. It was fantastic. The turnout down there in Dearborn at Ford Field was absolutely amazing. And the kids had a great time, so.
Awesome.
And that's all I have today.
No, I just want to give condolences to the Winters family. And as saying, as the chief was saying, we never want to forget what our police officers done for us. Bob Winters was a longtime lieutenant here with our police department, and also he's an active member of the fire department at the same time, which took a lot because you're a volunteer fireman working in the police department. And he was really a great guy. His personality was unique. He was a funny guy, and he brought a lot of fun to our job. So he's going to be missed. I just don't want to forget these people as well. And thanks for what you do, Chief, and then thanks for what the officers have done in the past.
We took fire vehicle down to the funeral as well, and had it as an honor, and flying the American flag at the entrance to the cemetery.
Yeah, that was really good. We used to call him Fat Fingers because Bob had hands that were huge. He was a big guy, if anybody knew him. But he was a gentle guy. He was just a big guy, and he was a very gentle giant, we used to call him. So he's going to be missed.
Yeah, also my condolences to the Winter family. Yeah, he started in the department when we became a city in 1965, served in 1992. And yeah, at the time, the police department also did fire duty. There was a lot of cross-training in the old times. And yeah, he's going to be missed as my neighbor also. Being across the street all those years, definitely going to miss him. And Bill and Chief Fletcher, thanks for the fire truck down there and for the lead for the funeral procession. That was nice to see. And one thing that I was very surprised, and of course I did the ride along with Officer Bouchard, but I was very surprised to see how many people in the oncoming traffic lane pulled over and waited for the procession to go by. Something I haven't seen in a long time, and it was very nice to see. It was a nice of respect for whoever was in the funeral procession. Nobody knew who it was, but I thought it was very nice of people to do that. Matt, Gibraltar Road in Olmsted. We did the manhole repair there in the right lane. Yes, pavement is falling
That was a temporary
apart.
repair because we ran out of season.
Okay,
The contractor's coming back. Actually, we've got half a dozen more valves to repair too.
okay.
But yeah, basically instead of cold patch, Wayne County now wants you to put 4 inches of concrete in, and with that truck traffic,
With the truck traffic on
it
there,
was
that's
broken
not
like
holding
the
up.
second week traffic was on it.
Yeah,
But hey, it held together for the winter, so
right,
yeah,
okay.
they're scheduled to be back within the next few weeks to get started. And
All right, just wanted to make sure you were aware of it.
That whole intersection needs some help.
Yeah, well, like I say, this was where the repair was made. I
Oh, yeah.
wanted to make sure that we
Make that
didn't let a
turn off.
contractor get away with doing some shoddy work. Jonathan, what's the status on our security camera?
I have met with, the chief has met with the camera person that was here before.
Right.
I have met with him that he's doing some architecture work
Okay.
currently. But yeah, that is still an active
Okay.
project.
Just wanted to make sure it didn't die.
No, I met with him, I think, last week. And
Okay.
it's, there's some given where our current system is and where we need to be.
Everything that has to be done,
Right.
yeah.
Right. And it's not a small, even if we just do the historical now, you have to at least have the overall architecture for how that could plug in.
So it will integrate in,
Correct.
right?
Correct. So, yeah, we're not, I don't think we would be able to do the entire project, because we would probably need a grant the size that we got the last time.
Yeah,
To redo it, but, again, to the tune of instead of doing things in silos, I like doing things that integrate
That
well
will integrate
together.
right.
That's,
So as you do portions of it, it'll all work
yes,
together.
it'll all plug and play. It just requires a little bit more investment up front in architecture kinds of work, so that's the work he's doing right now.
Okay. Bernie, the house on Red Cedar, the temporary patches that were put on the roof are starting to cave in. We gotta do something with that house. That's been sitting there for over a year. And it's in very bad shape. See what you can do with that. Okay, that's all I have.
There's that one, and there's also a house on Vreeland that's in very similar shape to that. If you walk into Bernie's office, there's a list on his board, and those are the top two on his list. John, anything?
I just want to congratulate once again the girls' basketball team. Phenomenal year. That's a fun year. Hope they enjoyed it as they went through because it could be once in a lifetime. Hopefully not for them. And then every one of the officers that got the life-saving awards. Jonathan, you said it. I mean, you look on the news and so many bad cases, and we get this one. Where's the news? You know what I mean? They're definitely not here for the good stuff. So, congratulations to them, and in my eyes, they're heroes. So, thanks.
Don?
Okay, I want to commend the officers for going basically above and beyond. Also congratulate the girls' basketball team. And let everybody know what a great time the Little League parade was on Saturday. That was really cute. And thanks for the candy, Jonathan. And I also want to wish my daughter, sweet 16, happy birthday today. So, happy birthday, Ashley. That's it.
I have a couple of things tonight. One is, on my behalf and behalf of the whole city, again, our sympathy to the Winter family. It seems like we've been having these kind of things too frequently, and we're, each time, we have to talk about somebody's passing, that's more Flat Rock history that is no longer with us. And when, we're talking in City Hall today, it seems like over the last year and a half, 2 years or so, we've lost a lot of, especially the early days of Flat Rock history, which, we do an awful lot in this community towards historical preservation, and thank goodness we do, so that when we do lose physical bodies, we don't lose everything in the memories that occurred. So it's a real credit, and it's one of the reasons why we do all of the historical preservation work that we do, is so that we keep alive the stories and the memories and the history of this community. So, but definitely sympathy to the family, and I hope we don't have to do another one of these for a while. Also want to extend my congratulations to the Flat Rock Little League. It was by far the best weather I think we've had for a Flat Rock Little League opening day in the 12 years that I've been attending Flat Rock Little League opening days. I don't remember as nice a day. So thank you to both the police department and the fire departments for their participation. Rodney gave an outstanding opening prayer for the season. It was just a real, there are those events every year that make Flat Rock the special small community that we are, and that's certainly one of them. To see how excited those kids are, is a real credit to the entire community, and particularly to the Flat Rock Little League board, who invest hundreds upon hundreds of hours planning and organizing and coaching. Just a great job, and I posted on my Facebook account. It was just what a great day for the city of Flat Rock. Looked good, was good, and was just awesome. I'm not sure with all the little, the homecoming parade, it's mainly adults and older folks throwing candy, and a lot of it reaches the side. In the Little League parade, it's a lot of little kids throwing candy. I'm not sure how much of it actually made it to sidewalks. But so if you see some candy down Aspen or Tamarack, it's from the Little League parade. I'm sure a lot of the animals ate very well on Saturday night. Also, just a couple of big annual fundraising events coming up. One is the Miles for Miracles, which is the Progeria Foundation Walk in May, and then the Relay for Life in early June. Two very worthy causes, both also special Flat Rock events. So, please get involved in those if you can. I want to extend my congratulations. Since our last meeting, the superintendent of Flat Rock Schools, Joni Donaldson, has announced her retirement effective at the end of the school year. I just want to congratulate her on a job well done. I think she's been superintendent for 5 years now, and has the opportunity to retire and spend more time with her family, which is something I wish I had the opportunity to do as well. But definitely best wishes. Joni's done a great job. If you look at the progress that our school system has made over the last number of years, it's definitely a district on the upswing. I've enjoyed, one of the things I've tried to do as mayor is work very closely with the schools, and I've had a very willing partner in Joni Donaldson, so I will certainly miss working with her. At the same time, I add my congratulations to Andrew Brody, who has been asked by the board to step up to the role of superintendent, and I look forward to continuing that good relationship with him as well. Just to expand upon what Matt said, we are going to head into pretty heavy construction season here. We've got about $3-point-something million worth of road work that's going to go on. So please exercise some patience. Division Street, Aspen, and Huron Woods are the start. We're seeing what else we're going to be able to do throughout the course of the summer. Again, also, we've put it on the website. If you come home and find some grass dug up in your yard, that's our engineering firm out looking for manholes, a lot of which have been covered up. That's all part of the SAW grant, where at the end of the day, we're going to have, kind of like what we did for roads, and that we have the Pazer study of all of our roads in town. By the end of this project, we're going to have a complete status and prioritization of our water and sewer system as well. So that's pretty exciting to have. Brian mentioned the rabies clinic. And finally, June 12th through the 14th is our summer blast. I am happy to announce that headlining our summer blast on Saturday night, the 13th of June, from 9 to 11 will be Josh Grayson from American Idol, originally from Michigan. Very well-known country singer. In addition to Josh Grayson, we have great music all night long, or all weekend long. Friday night, our headlining act is a band called The Phoenix Theory. If you've not heard them, come on out. They are phenomenal. One of their main players actually lives in the city of Flat Rock as well, so we're excited to see them. And then Sunday night from 6 to 8 on the 14th of June, we have Air Margaritaville. So if you are a Jimmy Buffett fan, or just like good summer music, come on out on Sunday night. Earlier in the day on Sunday, we're even having Elvis appear. So we've got, we'll be posting the entire musical lineup for the entire weekend. There's some great Flat Rock bands. We tried to really concentrate on booking some local bands, so you can see kind of what Flat Rock talent has to offer. There's music of all genres. That's why we changed the name from Country Blast to Summer Blast. We're going to have craft beer, looks like amusement rides and games, a zip line, all kinds of fun stuff to kind of kick off the summer. And of course, Friday night, June 12th, 10 p.m., fireworks. It's the same fireworks company that does Comerica Park. It's the Zambelli company. So if you've seen their show the last couple of years, it's pretty impressive for a show for Flat Rock. So come on out the 12th through the 14th of June. That's all I got. Next, we'll move on to, we have no unfinished business. We're going to go on to new business. We have the traffic control order so that we can reconstruct Division Street and get rid of some 1920 sewer.
So
A
moved.
twofer.
Support.
Any discussion?
Is that date going to be changing that too from the 20th to 27th?
27th. Said next month. It doesn't really.
Nothing says we have to close it.
Okay.
We've got the traffic order to do it. It gives us the flexibility to do it when we're ready.
Okay.
Is there
We have a motion by
support?
Thomas and support by
Any further
Rogel.
discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is the request to advertise for bids on the women's locker room project.
So moved to authorize the bids.
Support?
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is a request to advertise for bids for the chip sealing of a portion of Woodruff Road.
So moved to approve.
Support.
Any discussion?
Yeah, Matt, I'm a little confused. Okay, Rockwood is doing a single chip seal. We're doing a double chip seal, or, okay, they're doing a double chip seal, we're doing 2 double chip seals. How are we doing this in the portion that's half Rockwood's and half
Yeah.
ours?
I-
It's basically
Yeah.
split in the part that we share with Rockwood. The additional is part that's not joint with Rockwood.
Okay. Because
They want to take it in our, it will be most effective
it'll be double, it'll
if
be,
we go all the way to concrete.
yeah, I understand that, but what confused me was that we were doing 2 double chip seals on the Flat Rock portion, which made me say, how are we
We
gonna
did
do
4.
double chip seals on half of a road? On
Yeah,
half the width of the
that's what it
road?
amounts to is.
Yeah,
is
okay,
It
so
was broken out as the part that's joint. and the
basically
part
from
that's-
Olmsted to the to the creek will be the double,
No,
Well,
every,
no,
everything
all
is
of it will be
double.
double. The joint part is from 75 to
Tory?
roughly Torrey.
Right,
From there, continuing west to Silver Creek
will
will
do,
be strictly ours.
okay, and that will be 2 double
That'll
chip
be
seals?
double sealed.
Right, okay,
Everything is
gotcha.
double.
It's basically an
Just
extra 25 for
Yeah.
us to go from that point
Right, I
to.
just wanted to make sure how we were doing, because the way it's written there, it's a little bit confusing.
Kind of reminds you of old commercials.
Yeah.
Double, double.
Double, double.
And so what, just to explain a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing this, is it's basically an experiment, a low risk, low cost experiment, joint with Rockwood, to take a dirt road and you put a layer of gravel down and then two thin layers of asphalt over that, which kind of locks the gravel in place.
Actually, vice versa.
Or, sorry.
Yeah,
The asphalt down, then the gravel.
Liquid asphalt down, then a layer of chipstone, then another layer of liquid asphalt, another layer of chipstone, and then you roll it down.
which Monroe
one
County
thing-
is famous
Yeah.
for doing.
Yes.
One thing I will caution you, you're committing to at least every 2 to 3 years getting another coat on. Otherwise, you'll lose it and you'll be tearing it out. But, sooner or later, it'll build up to quite a road.
Yeah,
And in the meantime, we're not grading it. We're not
Spraying it.
spraying it,
Right. No dust
and you're not
controls.
washing your car every time you drive over it.
right.
The thought, and it's, it's not all that much more expensive if you add that up over the period of those years than
For dust
what we spend on labor, dust control, the grader. The idea would be if this is successful and seems to work well, we will look very quickly at what else Cahill or some of the other dirt roads in town that we may not be able to afford yet
The stub end of Evergreen and Seneca.
we may not be able to afford to actually pave them, but this would certainly give some relief. It gives some relief to the DPS, and in terms of, you know, every time you leave Wood Creek Park down Cahill, you're not gonna need to wash your car. Or, you know, and if you happen to drive by, like I tend to do right after they put the control
Yes.
on there, you're scrubbing your car, so.
I wouldn't want to clean the windows on any of those houses either.
Yeah. So I am hopeful that this is successful, and it's, like I said, it's a pretty low-cost way to try something that might be, might work. So, all right, we have a motion support. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is a request to solicit bids on a 1995 Ford L9000 salt truck.
So move.
Support?
Matt, do we want to set a minimum bid on this?
Actually, I would rather just see where they come in, because we do reserve the right to reject all bids.
Okay.
But, I'm afraid minimums don't scare people away. Seem to have better luck than that for them, and,
Okay.
kind of almost sets your bar when you throw the minimum out, and you may not get anything down there.
But if we don't get a
Yeah.
sufficient bid, we can reject.
We're not gonna sell it for $1.
No. And this
If
is,
it's low enough, we'll just take all the tires we can off and drive it across the scales with the scrap yard.
Yeah. There's plenty of weight there.
so, and this truck is being replaced with the new truck that is
Should be seeing this soon.
coming this millennium. So, all right. Any other discussion? If none of those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is a resolution approving streetscape improvements on Telegraph Road. Will be funded by the DDA.
So moved.
Support.
Any discussion?
I just got a question. It says, hopefully, we're gonna get the streetscapes right this time, right? We're not gonna use brick pavers that blow away when we clean them with water, and I know we've had cobblestone we've torn out before because that didn't work, because people were tripping over it, and then we went to the brick pavers, and that didn't work, and
Conversations you should be having with DVA.
They're not brick pavers, they are stamped concrete.
well, now it's stamped concrete, but before it was, do you remember
Yeah.
the cobblestone?
Oh, I remember cobblestones well. I remember cobblestones well.
Just take a walk down Telegraph.
All right. Any other discussion? If none of those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item is the engineering services agreement for the SAW grant project.
So move to approve.
Support. Any discussion? If none of those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, anybody else have anything tonight?
Can you, next meeting, can you give a report on what the total of the bonds that you're going to sell, and what they're gonna be used for,
Yep.
including TIFA?
The TIFA are just refinancing bonds, so it's just interest savings.
For what is the total of the bonds that you're going to?
Yeah. The refinance?
Just under 1.2 million.
And the city bond project is 3.5. That was all published and it's been out there for a while.
On what the usage was? for?
Yeah, that's gotta be part of the bond statement. Anybody else?
Mayor and Council, I would like to introduce John Blevins, and he is a partner with Alex Knock in Motor City Canoe. He approached the city probably in January, and I set up a meeting between myself, Rodney, and Motor City Canoe, and I just asked him to come and explain a little bit about what he'd like to do.
Thank you for having me here tonight. As she said, we're Motor City Canoe Rental. You can see us at motorcitycanoerental.com. Very nice website that we have built up there. Basically, our plan is to utilize what I feel is a underutilized section of recreational river that flows through the community here. What our customers would do is they would meet us at Point Moulet. It's a very unique setup compared to other canoe livery operations. And we would transfer them from Point Moulet to the boat ramp here in the city, just downriver from Telegraph Road there, and launch them from there, and then they paddle back to their cars. So if we have an overwhelming number of people that they don't have to stay together, they don't have to wait together to be transferred back to their cars or anything like that. We're the only ones that I know of that's doing it that way. It's $35 a canoe. You can make your reservations right on the website. Again, MotorCityCanoeRental.com. We do look forward to being present in your community, participating in community events, things of that nature. Have had a wonderful time working with the department heads that we've talked to so far, and look forward to a lasting relationship with the city of Flat Rock. So thank you again for inviting me to speak tonight. I will stick around to answer any questions, distribute business cards, take reservation. So, okay, thank you again.
Is it, a question for you, is it canoes and kayaks, or?
We have canoes right now. We are looking to expand into kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. Stand-up paddleboards are the thing that people are interested in doing right now. I can't find one that will support a person of my stature. So.
Now, is it a 2 or 3 person canoe, or?
There's 2 seats in the canoe. The canoes are rated to over 1,100 pounds. So if you want to paddle with a third person in the canoe, you can do that as well. The prices are based off boats. So if you rent a canoe, it's $35. Doesn't matter how many people you put in it. And then as we expand our paddlecraft options, we'll look into pricing other things differently. But right now it's $35 regardless of how many people you want to take. If you want to go by yourself. The other thing we offer too is transportation services. So if you yourselves have a kayak or a canoe that you want to use, meet us with it at Point Moulet. We'll put it on our trailer, drive you up to the boat ramp, and you can paddle your own craft. And that's actually $15. It's because you're not using our equipment. We're just transporting you up the river. So.
Now, is there, because I know with other companies, there's a time limit. Is there a time limit on your canoes?
It's a 4-hour run,
Okay.
but there's not really a time limit. One of the things I like about people having to drive afterward is that we're hoping it will keep the number of college kids that want to use us down, because you can't go out and get hammered because then you have to drive home from there. So, and we'll report them to the police chief. So, we want to be more of a
They're
family.
ending out of Flat Rock, so
That's right.
that'll be good.
That's right.
Point Moulet is well patrolled too,
That's
so. By multiple.
Ken will have fun.
Yeah, we're going to be having an opening party at Point Moulet on the 2nd, $15. We're going to have food, games, 2-hour canoe trips starting in South Rockwood there. So
With your boat rental, does that include flotation devices?
flotation devices, paddles,
Okay.
a dry box to throw your keys, wallet, cell phone, any of that in. So we're working on getting floatable coolers, but little steps.
Hopefully, it was as calm as our river is, you won't have anybody spilling, unless it's on purpose.
That's right. That's right. That's one of the reasons I was so attracted to this river, is because it is a nice, gentle river. It's not.
Sometimes.
So, yeah. So it's nothing that's going to get too out of hand.
If not, we have a hovercraft and know how to use it.
We are aware of the hovercraft. So any other questions then, or?
All right.
All right.
Well,
I'll
thank
stick
you.
around
Welcome.
and distribute business cards and whatnot. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Any correspondence?
No correspondence.
So move to adjourn.
Support?
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Vote opposed one day.